And let me tell you something else. When we were out there in India, we were in trouble. We couldn't convince those people. And so I said, let's get out of here. We're not doing God any good here, and we're sure not doing us any good. So we came home. And that was a sad story. When we came home, we decided we must find Smith Wigglesworth. We must find one of his meetings because he does miracles. We hadn't seen that. We didn't know about that. And you know what happened? He died. So we were going to go to Amy McPherson's temple in Los Angeles. Wonderful Amy. Oh, and we were going to see the glory of God. And she died. Yeah, right then. So then we heard that Dr. Charles Price, we didn't know much about him, but everybody told, we had read his magazine, Golden Grain. We had a stack of his magazines. So he really was important to us. He was a man of miracles. And he had healing camp meetings all over the country. And so he was the one that was going to speak with the preacher at the Brooks, Oregon camp meeting. And we were 40 miles from there. We were ready to take that camp meeting in. Wow. We almost quit the ministry. I mean, we were thinking, what good is it? We got to find an answer. Is there a God or isn't there a God? And we were desperate. And Dr. Price was going to be the speaker, and he died. Yeah, just before the camp meeting. I went to our church. I lay on my face that night, and I prayed, and I cried, and I bawled, and I prayed, and I cried in agony. I talked to God about Smith Wigglesworth. I talked to God about Amy McPherson. I talked to God about Charles Price and the others. And I, in agony, I said, Lord, who is going to attract the people and show them your power and cause them to repent and believe the gospel? I never thought about me having anything to do with it, but somebody has got to do it. Oh, how I prayed. And then we decided to go ahead and go to the camp meeting, though Hattie Hammond was going to be the speaker. We didn't know Hattie Hammond. They said she was a great woman of God. Turned out we found out she was the greatest woman preacher the Assembly of God's ever had. We'll go listen to her. Well, she preached on the subject out of John chapter 1. If you ever see Jesus, you'll never be the same again. Oh, that was for me. That was for us. Isn't it wonderful how God fixes things? Oh, how it bathed us. We wept and wept. We said to each other, maybe that's what we need. We need to see Jesus. And we drove home that night in tears. We prayed before we went to bed. I'll tell you, we were stirred. And the next morning at 6 o'clock, Jesus Christ walked in our bedroom. He saw the agony of our hearts. I was like a dead person. I couldn't move a finger or a toe. Water poured out of my eyes, but I wasn't crying. The human body can't take it. You can't take it. I'll never get over it. Never. I saw him alive. And after a long time, I was able to move. And I got on my face on the floor, and I lay there until 2 o'clock in the afternoon when I was finally able to get up on my feet. When I walked out of that bedroom, I was a new man. Daisy said, I knew I had a new husband. I was new.